Contra! Welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now, post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape, or form. We just want to give this channel some like love. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. In a few moments, you're going to be finding out what strange and weird things asexually turn me on. Asexual arousal, is that possible? All will be revealed. But first, if you didn't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome book, Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. I'm also the founder of asexualise.com, which is a blog for asexuals. The link is down below. I'm also the founder of Asexualized Academy, which is the world's first online training centre and school for asexuals and asexuality. Now, if you haven't taken my free Asexuality Basics for Beginners course yet, the link is down below, also in the description. And if you suffer with fibromyalgia, anxiety, depression, or any sort of chronic pain condition, this is the book for you. This is my fibromyalgia self-help handbook, which was published last year. This is how to create more energy in your life, to be happier, and yeah, just feel good, basically. Yeah, that's another book to check out. The links are down below for all these things, so don't forget to check them out as soon as you've watched this video. Or if you can't wait, you can go there now, pause the video, and come back and finish the rest off. But I am live as we speak. So what weird and strange things turn me asexually on? Well, first of all, asexual arousal, is it possible? And what the heck do I mean by asexual arousal? Because isn't arousal a very sexual thing? Well, if you're a sexual person watching this, likely arousal and sexual attraction go together, as do sexual desire. In one of my previous videos, I explained the difference, but just in case you didn't watch that video or you haven't seen it yet, basically, sexual desire is a desire for sex in and of itself. It's one of those people that just, they just have the urge to have sex. It doesn't matter who with, really, and it doesn't matter kind of where and when, they just want it. They're just really kind of crazy about sex. So that's sexual desire. If you've ever heard a guy, for example, go to a club and say, I want to get laid tonight, I'm going to get laid tonight. It's kind of like they don't really care who it's with. They just need the sex, right? It's sexual desire. They desire the sex in and of itself. Sexual attraction, however, is when you have desire to have sex with a specific person, or people. It could be multiple people, obviously. So you would look at someone or a number of people and you think, I really want to have sex with him, her, or whatever sexual gender, or whatever gender you're sexually attracted to, should I say. And then arousal is where you have the tingly bits in your genital areas, basically. Arousal can be both physical and it can be mental, and it could even be emotional. There are actually quite a lot of things that go into arousal. Because you can get kind of emotionally aroused by things, like I said, which is not really spoken about a lot. And arousal in general, for example, sexual arousal is when the genital areas are tingly. They're kind of like, it's kind of like they're waiting for sex, or they feel like excitable and everything. If you're asexual, you see the arousal can just be in and of itself. It's not aimed at anyone. So with arousal, it can just feel like excitable, tingly in your genital areas. You might get it from some imagery. Some asexuals do look at porn. You might get it through certain things that, like some asexuals, I think, might get aroused, for example, through certain scenes in movies and stuff, through reading certain books. Even asexuals, some asexuals read erotica despite not actually wanting sex themselves in some cases. And obviously some asexuals, they aren't sex repulsed, so they will give sex a go, may even be participating in sex as we speak. or indifferent to it. So there's lots of different types of asexuals, but in general, asexuals, if they have arousal, if they don't experience sexual attraction but experience arousal, the arousal doesn't make that person want to have sex with someone else, because it doesn't change who they are or their identity. Do you see what I mean? So in my case, I have high levels of arousal, but I don't experience any sexual attraction whatsoever. So when I say I'm asexually turned on, for me, what that means is I really, really, really want to snog a guy. So in my case, although I don't like sexual intercourse, I'm not interested. I've had it in the past because I thought I had to as part of one of those normal relationship things. For me, I'm kind of different in the sense that I do like some physical, close, really passionate kissing with my clothes on. So that can be quite different for a lot of asexuals. A lot of asexuals tend to prefer cuddling, and maybe a bit of stroking and embracing, that type of thing, a little bit of kissing. But for me, kissing is really like an art form and a favorite hobby in and of itself. So for me, when I look at a guy who I'm really aesthetically attracted to, for example, I can get asexually turned on, as in really excitable, that I really want to snog his face off. So for me, I'm not interested in the guy below the waist. I just interested in his face, and I really, 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 really want to snog him, right? And usually I don't get that at all unless I'm aesthetically attracted to guys. So first of all, for me, I'm only attracted to guys, and I can't usually kiss a guy I'm not aesthetically attracted to. And when I say asexually aroused, for me, it means I'm really, really excitable, really, really want to snog the guy. That's what asexually aroused means to me. For other people, it might mean something different. So something that's very, very strange, I have spoke about a long time ago, I think, on this show, is code. So what I mean by that is website code. So I can design websites without code. I can use WordPress, and I've also got a new software builder now, Page Builder. So I can put templates together, work with design software, that type of thing, which is skills in and of itself. It takes a while to learn. Now, because I can't code, I really, really, really admire a guy who's intelligent and can code a website from scratch, and knows how to do that. And I know one of the ways they sometimes do that is through through learning a thing called Python. That's a way of doing it. I don't really understand Python or what it's about. I just know that's one of the methods that you can use to code. And so if for example, I have a guy that I'm really aesthetically attracted to, something that really asexually turns me on is if he starts talking about coding and how he can code a website from scratch, and just that asexually turns me on. It makes me really, really excitable, really want to snog his face off. So this obviously isn't a very normal thing. Most females, because obviously I'm female in gender, but I just wanted to reiterate that in case you didn't know, because obviously asexuals, many asexuals are non-binary, agender, transgender, that type of thing. I was born female and am female. So in general, traditionally females aren't really that into website design. But a few women do it for a job. I've seen more guys do it for a job. I have seen some women do it for a job. But I would say, even if women do it for a job, they're not really, really so into it. Like, for me, it's a big turn on if a guy is talking to me about code, even though I don't really understand it, because I love website design so much and I love creativity and I love that creative energy. It's that the guy brings to the table that makes me really excitable and really want to kiss him. It's like, if he's talking to me, I just think he's so intelligent, because I'm asexually attracted to intelligence. So I'm sapio-asexual. So someone who's sapiosexual gets attracted to someone sexually through an intelligence attraction. Someone who's sapio-asexual gets attracted to someone asexually, so in my case, romantically, aesthetically, and quite a lot of other ways, through intelligence. So one of the things that really turns me on asexually is deep, intelligent conversation about the world, planet, universe, anything. Now, obviously, this is quite in keeping with someone who likes intelligent conversation. But the guy could be talking about absolutely like kind of anything really that I was interested in. If obviously it was something that I really hated, then that wouldn't be any good. That wouldn't turn me on asexually. But if it's something I'm really interested in, and I just think it's, intelligent guy, intelligent conversation is really, really, really makes me want to kiss the guy. And so, I think the coding of website though is quite it's like I'm the first person I know who said that. Something else that really asexually turns me on is when a cute guy that I'm really, really asexually attracted to shares my posts repeatedly on social media, like a guy I'm really, really attracted to and wouldn't mind being in a relationship with, if, for example, he was in this country. So recently, I don't know if we'll watch this video actually, because he shares a lot of my stuff. Recently, there's this guy I met on Facebook, and he's really, really gorgeous. He's 21 years old, Indian, and he was one of the people that started asking me for marriage repetitively. I'm like, no, I don't want to get married. I'm not that type of person. Obviously, I won't marry a guy for a visa anyway. But he asked if he could be my friend, so I let him be my friend, and he stopped talking about that now. But he's just like being really, really supportive. Like, he shares so much of my stuff and likes so much of my pages. He supports my asexuality. He supports my asexualized page. He supports, my ace fibro girl page. He supports like all my posts. He's always liking and stuff like that. And I just think that's really, really asexually turning on, to have a cute guy who I find very aesthetically attractive, who, if he was over here, I'd love to kiss him and probably be in a relationship with him. That type of guy sharing and specifically, I don't think he so much shares my posts, but that he likes my posts and sometimes comments on. I don't actually think he shared them as such, but yeah, really asexually turns me on, because I'm like, wow, this guy's incredible. He supports me loads, and I think it's so wonderful. He like shares it all like through other days, sometimes like 20 posts a day. When I say share, actually, I think it's like and that type of thing. My life. Hi, just dropping by for a sec. I'm a VC with my boyfriend, so voice call. Oh, that's nice, my life. Lovely to see you. Yeah, it's really important to do that at the moment. Oh, you've just reminded me of something that asexually turns me on. Accents. I get really turned on asexually by accents, foreign accents in my case. So you just thank you, my life. Bless you. Lots of love to you. Mini joke, seeing the title. Oh, that asexually turns me on, in a voice that mocks sexual version of saying it. Oh, that's quite funny. I love accents. Yeah, I really oh man, because obviously Indian guys are my favorite type of guys. And when an Indian guy talks, says hello Sandra, in an Indian accent, I just like. But even other foreign guys go, Sandra, hello Sandra. We think the same. Oh, bless you. I like the little cool face. Yeah, I love the accents. It like really makes me want to kiss the guy if I'm attracted to them. If he's just saying my name, that's all he has to say, my name. And I'm like, you can imagine what it's like if I go out on a day trip with a guy I'm really aesthetically attracted to, highly romantically attracted to, and he's saying my name like, Sandra, what do you think of this, Sandra? And I'm like, oh my gosh, just carry on talking and saying my name, baby. It's like, it just makes me want to kiss him and cuddle him and hold his hand and I'll be really close to him. So far I've got code. When a guy talks to me about coding a website, I absolutely get asexually turned on by that. Really want to snog his face off. Then I've got when a guy really likes my posts or shares my posts lots, and I know he fancies me and likes me. That even more asexually turns me on. And then accents. I'm really love you all. I'm gonna go. Best wishes. Stay healthy. Sending hugs and lots of love. Always remember to smile. Oh, thank you, my life. Lots of love. If you like this video, please get a thumbs up. It would be great as well. Thank you so much. Lots of love to you. Yeah, stay healthy, and lots of hugs to you as well. And lots of love. Thank you so much. Yeah, so those are the things that asexually turn me on. I'm sure there's many, many, many more things. I said about intelligence attraction as well. If someone's speaking really, really intelligently. And another thing that asexually turns me on is when someone's really creative. Like if someone's doing lots of creative stuff, like they're creating stuff, they're making stuff, like they're doing lots of projects. That's why I can get attracted quite a lot to autistic guys, because I find that autistic guys, you know, I know a number of autistic guys, I'm not saying one specific one, but I know a number of autistic guys, they keep very, very busy, and they've usually got multiple projects on the go, and it's that creativity again, it's that buzz and excitement of the action they're doing that asexually turns me on. You know, it makes me like want to spend time with them more, want to talk to them more, want to be in their life more, because I find it really interesting, exciting. And because I do lots of creative stuff, I think when you've got two creative energies, it gives a lot of synergy. So I think, you know, like obviously I have friends that do projects, so it makes me really kind of like, I don't know, attracted to someone as a friend more if they're doing creative projects as well. But if we're talking about what asexually turns me on in terms of like you know, like, you know, being in a relationship, then you know, it's when a guy's got loads of projects on the go and they're doing loads and loads of creating stuff and they're making something, creating something. I think that's really good. So I think you can be asexually turned on, obviously, when I'm talking through this video, I'm talking about, you know, a guy whose face I really want to snog. But you might find that if you're an asexual person, you get asexually turned on, and for you it's like you've got a crush on someone because of the things they do. It might not be like, for me, like I said, my asexual arousal is to do with like kissing and stuff like that, and I asexually turned on by these things. It makes me want to kiss a guy. But for you, maybe you love cuddling, and if a guy does, or girl, or whatever gender does certain things, it makes you really, really want to cuddle them and squeeze them tight. You know, maybe it's a certain look they give you on your face, on their face, you know, a facial expression, and that really asexually turns you on, and that type of thing. So if you're asexually turned on, you'd be basically turned on but without the sexual attraction bit. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, I do like that, you know. And I also, something strange and weird is if they remember, like if it's someone who really is fancying me, yeah, they're really attracted to me, I'm attracted to them back asexually, romantically, and they remember an action I do. So maybe I have a habit where I touch my face, or I put my hand through my hair, or I don't know, like I move my lips a certain way, and that really, really asexually turns me on. I remember there was a guy years ago, when I was a teenager, I had an ex, and he is saying, oh, I love the way you do this with your face. There was an expression or something I did, and I didn't realize he paid that much close attention to me. So strange and weird things, I guess, asexually turn me on, is when a guy pays so much attention to me that he gets really he loves a specific action or movement I do that's kind of like a habit of my face, or, you know, in a nice way. I don't like it if a guy's taking the mickey out of going, oh, you're giving me those eyes again, or you're looking like this again. It's when a guy really dotes on you, really, a guy really thinks, oh, I love your little smile, I love your hair, you know, I love it when you give me a smile, you look so cute. When they say those type of things to me because of a specific expression I do, because if you've ever had like even a friend, you'll probably know after a certain amount of time they do certain things with their hands movements, they have their hair a certain way, they have certain facial expressions, you know, and you get to know that they do that. And when you're like really romantically attracted to someone, in my case, aesthetically attracted to someone, and, you know, and I have someone like recognizing something I do, but it's a thing that they love about me and they adore, like a little expression like, oh, I love it when you raise your eyebrows a little bit, or I love it when you're smiling, your cute cheeks and stuff, like it's that type of thing, then you know, that asexually turns on. It makes me want to be closer to them and cuddle them and kiss them more. So that type of thing I really, really, really love. And what really asexually turns me on is when some guy who I really like crazy about, and preferably in a relationship with, but, you know, when someone publicly declares that they are in love with me or want a relationship with me, and they're in a relationship with me, you know, when someone's very public, that really asexually turns me on. You know, the fact we're kissing in public, cuddling in public, holding hands in public, that just really makes me feel more excited towards them, more wanting to kiss them, more wanting to cuddle them, more wanting to be with them and spend time with them, because it's kind of like, it's consistent, I guess, consistent asexual arousal for me. You know, it's like consistent, persistent, like, oh, kissy cuddly, and that teenager style romance that I love. So even, you know, I love teenager style romance, you know, where it's all the kissing, all the cuddling, all the walking, all the holding hands, mad passionate kissing under the moonlight, that type of thing, you know, without the sex, you know, when you're teenagers, like traditional teenagers, not the ones who just want sex as soon as they can get to that stage, you know, where it's, you know, you see these movies and, you know, they're just kissing and cuddling. I don't know if you've ever seen the film A Modern Cinderella Story. That's the type of thing I really love, where, you know, you know, they go to dance and the end, the guy's a bit of an idiot to begin with, but, you know, he comes good at the end, and, you know, he's like kissing the girl and moving her. I like it when a guy goes like this really gently, not possessively. If a guy starts putting, it's like hands all over me possessively. I hate that. But something else that really asexually turns me on is if I've got a boyfriend, him brushing my hair. Like, I really kind of like him brushing my hair. So that's, you could say that's kind of a weird one. But I mean, you know, I mean, some boyfriends I've had have never done that ever. But you know, I've had at least one that did that, you know, and I just like the feeling of my hair being brushed, and, you know, it saves me doing it, doesn't it? So I see it as a form of care. Do you know what I mean? It's a form of, oh, I really care about you. I'm just brushing your hair because I love my hair. Like, it's one of my favorite traits about myself. So when a guy like, you know, takes care of something I love about myself, it makes me more asexually turned on and really, really wanting to be with him more. Do you know what I mean? Something else that asexually turns me on as well is if a guy holds my bag sometimes. Like, say I was going out on a day trip with him, and, you know, like, I've got a heavy bag and he's like, oh, here, I'll hold that for you. That's kind of like an old-fashioned gentlemanly thing, I know, but I kind of like that. I think it's kind of cute. And like, if I'm going to the toilet and I'm like, I don't really want to keep carrying my bag in and out of the toilet if I don't need it, you know, if he holds my bag, that type of thing, I think that's really, really sweet because he's not worried about what other people think. So I think that really asexually turns me on. It makes me more excitable towards him, more, you know, like more like wanting to kiss him. And if he really understands me, oh, that's so amazing. Like, say we're chatting and he's really, really, really understanding what I'm saying, and we're really understanding each other, and we're really connecting on a deep emotional level, and that's like bestest ever soulmate friends. That really asexually turns me on. I like just want to passionately kiss him, hold him in my arms, cuddle him, and all those type of things, and put my hands through his hair, and just, like, you know, really, really enjoy life together. So all those things, like, really asexually turn me on. You know, they make me want to kiss him, make me want to cuddle him, not have sex. So I just think, you know, like, it's important to point these things out, you know, because there's a lot of confusion sometimes with asexuals, and like, oh, can I experience arousal if I'm asexual? And yes, you can. You know, and can you be at all turned on? Like, some asexuals are turned on, like, as in the genital areas, tingle, tingle, tingle. And, you know, that would be something you usually, if you're a sexual person, you usually have in your body before you have sex. But for many asexuals, specifically like me, that doesn't lead on to sex. It's just in and of itself. That's the end game for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm kissing and getting excitable, that's kind of like more kissing and being more excitable for long periods of time. That's where it ends. Do you know what I mean? That's just what I love in and of itself. I don't need anything else. You know, that pleasure is all I need physically, and it's really, really nice with the right person, you know? And so I just think, you know, it's so sweet. I mean, you know, when you're doing certain activities together, just fun, cute and cuddly, you know, like if you're in the cinema and, you know, basically you're like crouched down and you're kissing like this, you know, like little teenagers. I think that's really asexually turning on. That's really cute. Like, if I'm on the train with my partner, if I had one, and like we're kissing and don't care what other people think, and maybe we're bobbing our heads down kissing behind the seats, I really get asexually turned on by that. Again, it's very, very exciting. I find it really sweet, cute, and I don't care. It's like, it's kind of like, oh, me and that person, that guy, take on the world. Do you know what I mean? It's like just us kissing, cuddling in our own little world. That really asexually turns me on, because it's like, oh, it doesn't matter what other people think. Who we are is who we are, you know? And obviously I like younger guys. I like guys in their early to mid 20s, really. And so, you know, I just find that age group so beautiful. Like, if they are what I'm looking for in terms of aesthetics and stuff. So like I said, there is this guy like recently, and he is so beautiful, I think. I was sharing my stuff lately on Facebook. Well, when I say sharing, he's always liking and stuff. I don't actually think he shares it to his page, but you know, he's always liking it and stuff like that, and I just think it's really nice. You know, I really appreciate that, because I really appreciate obviously all my community here as well. You know, obviously when I'm talking about being asexually turned on, it's by someone who I'm asexually attracted and would like to ideally have a romantic relationship with, in my case. So yeah, so those are some of the kind of really crazy and weird things that really asexually turn me on. You know what I mean? It's just like, and I guess so, like other things, like if a guy buys me a little bunch of flowers, it doesn't have to be really expensive, it can just be £1. I get asexually turned on by that because I'm a hyper romantic. So if the guy's doing romantic stuff, especially if he does a lot of romantic stuff, again, it's asexually turning me on. It makes me feel really excitable, really like a little doggy, like a little puppy going, oh yeah, you got me flowers, you got me flowers, really excitable. And I mean this in a really nice way. And you know, like if he's got me like little, say I've got like food allergies, which I have multiple food allergies and intolerances. Say that my guy, if I had a guy, was with me and he got me like chocolate bar that I, you know, that he's specifically gone to the health shop and he knows it's gluten-free, wheat-free, sugar-free, yeast-free, all those other allergies. And he bought me a little chocolate bar. It doesn't have to be very expensive. It could just be like £1 or something. And he bought it and handed it to me, like maybe out of the blue. It wasn't my birthday or anything. That would very asexually turn me on, because I think he's put the time, energy, and effort into picking me a gift. And he just wants to express his love for me through chocolate food. I love. So yeah, I think it's really, that's really asexually turning on as well. Also, if he cooks for me, and I like the food. If he's cooking stuff that I don't like and I can't eat, that's ridiculous. But if he's gone out of his way to get stuff, ingredients that he knows, like, because I hate housework and I hate cooking, and he's done something like that, then again, that would asexually turn me on. If he was doing, you know, if he was doing washing up, cleaning for me, that would asexually turn me on, because those are things I don't like. So I'd be like, oh, it's so nice, this is heaven. So say I was like doing a blog post, or say I was doing one of these YouTube videos and he was out there making me food or something, that would asexually turn me on, because I'll be like, oh, I hate doing that. He's making my food for me while I'm doing something fun. So I get like the best of both worlds. You know, it doesn't have to do that for me. I'm quite perfectly capable of looking after myself, doing the basics that I need to do. But obviously, if he's taking the time and trouble to get all the different ingredients and he's making me like really nice food, and he's like, say he's making me a soup and it's got all the ingredients that I can have and nothing that I can't have with all my allergies. Like I can't usually have soup from the supermarket. So say he was making me a tomato basil soup and it didn't affect my tummy, it was like really nice, that would asexually turn me on, because I really want to kiss him to thank him for like paying so much attention to the food ingredients I can and can't eat, and for making me something special, and for thinking about me and going out of his way to get the ingredients and just to, you know, really think about stuff. So I guess like I'm really asexually turned on by deep emotional connection, but also by intelligence, conversation, things that that person does that I find intelligence. Like I said, like coding, websites, that's really asexually turn on. When a guy supports me on my social media and supports the work I do for asexuals and all my career, and is very public about the way he feels about me, that really asexually turns me on. All these things, you know, creativity really turns me on. Oh, and clothes, obviously I have clothes attraction. So if a guy's wearing street clothes, like out of street dance movies, that really asexually turns me on. It makes me want to snog him more. So like I explained earlier in this video, when I say asexually turns me on, it kind of makes me really tingly. It does make me aroused some of the time, but it just makes me really excitable. Even if it doesn't make me aroused, it's made me really excitable that I want to snog his face off, not want to have sex with him. So, you know, it can just be like really excitable, like, oh, I can't wait to see him, kiss, that type of thing. And you know, like I said, little gifts are beautiful, like a little chocolate bar with, when he's thought about it, you know, gone specific to the health shop out of his way to get it, because I can't eat like normal foods, what's normal, but do you know what I mean, all this type of thing, like caring about me, all those type of little things without expecting anything in return, that's really asexually turning on. And you know, I just think it's nice. I like being bought little gifts. You know, I am a bit like a kid like that, as usual. And a guy who really understands that my birth certificate age has nothing to do with the person that I really am. Right? I just, you know, thank you for the thumbs up. Lots of love. Yeah, so when a guy really, Eddie, what does a walrus do I really want to answer this, Eddie? What does a walrus and Tupperware have in common? I don't know. Is it something sexual? Are you being really disgusting about putting something in them? I'm not going to answer that question anymore. They both want a tight seal. Okay. I don't know which way to take that. You've come through right throughout like 3/4 of my video at the moment. I was wondering where you've been. I wonder if you're all right. But yeah, I've gone through a lot so far about being asexually turned on. So I explained, for me, being asexually turned on means I really, really want to snog a guy's face off. So for me, it means I mean, I do have high levels of arousal. You live brilliant. So you missed a lot of this video, but I was listing so many stuff of what asexually turns me on. I had website coding, really turns me on. When a guy like shares my social media posts that I'm really aesthetically attracted to and romantic attracted to, obviously I want other people to do that. But when there's a guy, yeah, you missed everything, Eddie. I'm nearly, I'm 3/4 through now, you know. When he's, when a guy's really, when I know a guy's attracted to me aesthetically romantic, I'm attracted to them aesthetically romantic, is sharing like loads of, like I said, there's this guy recently who's very beautiful to me, and he like literally likes like multiple posts, like the asexual stuff I do and the ace fibro girl stuff. Well, you always stream during dinner, laugh out loud. Well, actually, I was doing it later the other day. Like last night, I didn't stream at all because I was actually Skyping my best asexual friend, and we were Skyping like for nearly 12 hours. It was 11 hours and 40 minutes. And so I didn't actually do a live stream last night. My voice was a bit sore this morning actually, but it's recovered now. But yeah, so because at the moment sometimes I'm having to put my friends first. And I was doing training before as well, so I was intending to do a stream before I start talking to them, but I had loads of training to do. So yeah, oh yeah, something else that asexually turns me on. If a guy's studying or interpersonal and professional development, that very much asexually turns me on. So a guy that's into entrepreneurship, personal and professional development, spirituality, well, some spirituality, a guy who's into developing himself, growing himself as a person, that very much asexually turns me on. So if it's a guy I'm aesthetically attracted to, romantically attracted to, that, and I think he's very intelligent and doing, wanting to grow himself as a person, that really, that makes me more asexually turned on, because it makes me more think, it's a buzz. I explained earlier that I get turned on by a guy doing creative stuff if he's got loads of projects on the go at once, because it's a buzz of energy, because I'm very creative myself. When you've got two creative energies, and say it's, obviously I'm talking about with a guy I'm aesthetically attracted to, because I have friends that do creative stuff. So I'm attracted to I'm attracted to having friends that do creative stuff. If I've got friends that do creative stuff or media stuff or business stuff, it makes them attractive friends. It makes them nice to talk to. But when I'm saying asexually turned on, I don't get turned on by my friends. I'm talking about actually, me wanting to snog a guy's face off, which is what I explained at the beginning of this video. I mean, asexually turned on means to me, it's when I really aesthetically attracted guy, romantically attracted guy, and I really want to snog a guy's face off. So yeah, and I sometimes I've done the other day I did a stream right about 2 a.m. in the morning. So I've varied it a little bit later, but lately, yeah. So yeah, I just, these are some of the like really strange and weird things that really turn me on asexually. Like if I'm with a guy and I'm going around the zoo, for example, and we're kissing and cuddling all around the zoo, that asexually turns me on. Same as if I'm doing that at a theme park or aquarium, so we're not just like looking at the animals or the fish, we're actually cuddled up together kissing at the same time, all the way around this aquarium or all the way around the zoo, or in between waiting to go on theme park rides. And of course, like some rides, like if you've got if you're in a relationship, like if I was in a relationship with a guy, I would like maybe be sitting in between his legs while we're going up the log flume, that type of thing. I know that's a bit naughty. It's a bit erogenous, but I am a bit erogenous, even though I'm asexual, but I don't want sex. So that would be like asexually, like, oh, I'm close. Like if my guy's got his arms around me, like around the back of me, so I've got his arms around me like this, that's really nice. That asexually turns me on. I think I get asexually turned on quite a lot. I just don't want sex, because I don't get sexually attracted turned on. It just doesn't do anything for me. I don't look at a guy like that and think that ever. you know. So yeah, these are a lot of the things that asexually turn me on, you know. Little gifts are really great. So yeah, there's a lot that I do get asexually turned on by. And if the guy is spiritual and he's very, very open with me, that really is asexually turning on. You know, when you can have a deep emotional connection, some guy that's got absolutely no secrets from me that would tell me anything, and does tell me anything and everything. A guy who's very, very open and honest about absolutely everything, sees me as his best friend and doesn't want any secrets from me and doesn't lie to me. They just can't lie to me. That really asexually turns me on as well, because it's like, whoa, it's like seeing them naked, but not in the physical sense. It's like seeing their soul naked, their personality naked, their emotions naked. It's their vulnerability, like, you know. And to fully have that from a guy given to me is the greatest gift in the world, I think, you know. The gift of honesty, vulnerability, true love from one heart directly to another, without any holding back, without any like, I've got to keep this secret from her, I can't tell her this in case I'm worried about what she thinks, you know. That just puts obstacles and barriers in the way to true, proper, deep friendship, soulmate love. So I want a guy who's very much completely open, like heart to heart, so you can actually feel like your hearts are one together, because they're just completely open and honest. They're someone who doesn't lie about anything. You know, someone will tell me like the little nitty gritty secrets, and that really asexually turns me on as well, because I can form a deep bond with them. Then there's like no obstacles, there's no doors, there's no mazes, there's no crazy weird stuff going on. You know, it's just total trust there. And you know, if they want to tell me something, they come out right and say it, even if it's difficult for them, and they don't make up excuses or push blame onto me when something's their responsibility. They take ownership of their own life and responsibility for the way they feel and their actions. I think that's really important. And like I was saying, yeah, someone who understands that my birth certificate age has absolutely nothing to do with who I am. Someone who treats me as the young girl I like to be, but respects me as a young business guy that I like to be as well. So they understand the business guy side of me and the teenager lifestyle and 21 mindset girl I am, and that I like to be like a Disney princess. Someone who really loves me for my personality really asexually turns me on, because the more a guy loves me for who I am and all my quirks, the more I really want to kiss him, cuddle him, be with him, spend time with him. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just amazing. So this is what asexually turns me on. You know, all these type of things. It really, really is amazing. It feels so good. I can feel it, even though I haven't actually got it right now. Do you know what I mean? In physical, you know, like this person's not actually with me yet, but you know, I believe this type of guy's out there. I mean, I've got good friends that my voice is going to start to go a bit, I think. You know, I've got really good friends who obviously I really respect and care about and like to spend time with, because they do have a lot of, like, they do a lot of creative stuff. For example, they're very intelligent. They don't, you know, they don't have secrets from me. So I do have really close friends like that, which is really, really good. But obviously, in terms of being asexually turned on, specifically for me, I'm using that in conjunction with being attracted to a guy romantically and aesthetically, you know, and wanting a relationship with him, which is very different. So yeah, I hope you found this useful, helpful, insightful, Eddie, and anyone else who's watching. Um, oh, bless you. So yeah, I know my life was here earlier as well, so I really appreciate them being here as well. I did mention accents earlier. Excuse me, I get very turned on by accents, asexual. Asexually turned on. Like if a guy say my name, I'm just like, oh, I really want to kiss you. And I do like being in a club, sexy dancing with my guy if I had one, and kissing him with music. And something that really asexually turns me on is if a guy's out with me, he's not interested in other women. Do you know what I mean? He's just with me, which, you know, basically faithfulness, that really asexually turns me on, you know? So if a woman came up to him, he'd be like, I'm waiting for my girl, do you know what I mean, to come out the toilet or to go to the bar or whatever. I don't drink alcohol, but you know what I mean? A guy that's not going around chatting up and dancing with loads of women. Oh, hi, Sam. Oh, my life had to go earlier because she had to go and talk to her boyfriend. Oh, they, sorry, had to go and talk to their boyfriend. So there's just Eddie and me and you, I think, on there now. It's lovely to see you. I've nearly finished now as well. So let me see if I can list a lot of the things I've gone through and remember them all. Yeah, my life went a bit earlier, but Eddie, I think, is still here. I think. I've had having people coming in and out tonight, so it's been interesting. Uh, just finish your convo with Andy. Oh, that's good. That's fine. Actually, I had a bit of problem with YouTube earlier. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. So yeah, so that's why I was late actually coming on my stream a bit tonight. But yeah, so I've said loads of things that asexually turn me on. I said coding website, a guy who can code websites. So I explained that asexually turn on for me means I mean I do have high levels of arousal, but it means like I really want to snog the guy's face off. It's someone I'm aesthetically romantically attracted to, and they do different things. So yeah, if anyone else missed the video earlier, obviously they can go back and to the beginning, but I did to go through some of them. One of them was like, if a guy can code website, I get really asexually turned on by that. It makes me really want to snog him. If he's doing really lots of creative projects, I really get turned on by that. Really want to snog him. If a guy buys me little gifts, like little bunch of flowers, even if it's just £1, that really asexually turns me on. If he buys me a chocolate bar that I know that he's gone to the health shop with and he's made sure it's allergy free, that really turns me on. Asexually really makes me want to snog him and be around him, kiss and cuddle him. Makes me really excitable towards him if he's doing cooking for me, cleaning for me, cooking something, especially got all the ingredients that food so I can eat. That really asexually turns on because he's taken all the time, energy, and effort to do that. A guy who wears street clothes as well really asexually turns me on. A guy who's kissing me and cuddling me all around theme parks, zoos, aquarium. Guy who's very, very public about the way he feels about me, that really asexually turns me on. A guy who's sharing my social media stuff. This is someone, obviously, I know other people do this that have got nothing to do with me romantically and aesthetically. So this is a guy I'm talking about who I'm romantically and aesthetically attracted to, who's the same, really feels the same way back to me. Who showed interest in me like that, because obviously I know loads of people share my stuff and loads of people like my stuff, but I'm on about what asexually turns me on, so that if a guy who I'm aesthetically attracted to, romantically attracted to, and I know they like me in that way, and then they're specifically going around sharing my social media posts, commenting on my posts, liking my stuff, spending ages doing that and really supporting me in my work, that really asexually turns me on, because it makes me feel like, hey, he really understands me, he's supporting my work, he's supporting my mission, he's supporting me in my asexuality as well, which is really, really important that I have someone who understands that, especially if they're not asexual. I mean, really, I want an asexual guy, but maybe the odd guy can live without sex, who knows. So yeah, that type of thing really, really turns me on. Obviously, I've said conversations about the world, planet, universe, all these type of things, they really asexually turn me on, because it's like, and someone who's completely open, honest, and doesn't lie, and just like that, you can feel their heart is directly on yours, because they have no barriers. They don't tell you what you just want to hear. They say things like it is, the truth. I really, really like that. Someone you can talk to without being scared as well, who supports you through thick and thin, and you do that with them, that type of thing. So all these things asexually turn me on. They make me want to spend more time with the guy, kiss him, cuddle him, hold hands with him, all that type of thing. I was explaining that obviously I know friends do some things like this, but I'm not asexually turned on. I just like, I like to have, my friends, I know you, for example, are intelligent, Sam, and do a lot of projects and stuff, but obviously the romance and aesthetic stuff isn't there. Well, I know that I've said before you're aesthetically attractive, but you know what I mean. I'm not I in and of yourself, but I'm not like thinking that way about you like in relationship terms. I'm just thinking about you as a friend. So but because obviously there's different types of asexuals that watch this channel. But yeah, so you can you can be you can have attraction for be attracted to having certain types of friends that do just certain different things, if you know what I mean, like intelligence, creative, like that. But this is completely different. I'm talking about someone I'm asexually turned on, as in I want to snog their face off, which I don't want to do with my friends at all. So yeah, this is all geared towards a guy that I really, really want to be in a relationship with. So yeah, these are some of like major things that I'm really asexually attracted to a guy. And I explained about holding my bag. If a guy holds my bag, like while I'm waiting, like I'm going to the toilet and stuff like that. I think all that type of stuff's really sweet. So that's really nice. And brush my hair. I did mention that. You know, just because I think it's nice because I like my hair. It's really, really nice. So it's like taking care of me. It's quite sweet. You know, and I like a guy who really, really respects my mindset age and the way I like to live my life, you know, and who doesn't like care about my birth certificate age, doesn't think about it and knows it's not me. That's really, really important. I have that support because, you know, a lot of people don't really understand. My friends do. I know you do, Sam. Andy does as well. And quite a few of my close friends do. But you know, a lot of the other people, they don't get it. That's why I don't tell people my birth certificate age, because they just behave really weirdly and differently. I'm like, I'm not that age. It might be my piece of paper, but that's really not the age I am. It's just a piece of paper, you know what I mean? That's my past life. I was older then. I'm younger now. Do you know what I mean? It's horrible because I know when the way they change their attitude towards me, it makes me feel that I'm that birth certificate age, and then it makes me feel like I'm not. Just stop making me that type of person. It's not who I am. You know what I mean? That's like just like, I don't know, before the caterpillar changes into a butterfly and it's got a chrysalis around it, and it kind of makes you feel like, you know, I'm actually like a butterfly, as in, but I'm a youth. I've gone back to my youth. And the chrysalis shell is just all you see. You don't actually see the young person. I know usually that would be a bit backwards because the chrysalis, you know, the caterpillar goes into the butterfly. So the butterfly is technically older than the caterpillar. But I mean it like, you know what I mean? I mean it like, I can't describe it, but there was a customer I had last year, and he asked me my birth certificate age. It was in relation to something I was selling, and it was, the only reason I told him is because it was quite relevant to something else he was interested in buying. Because he was like, "How long have you had that? And like, what age did you get it at?" Because it was a personal item I was selling. And I didn't know whether to tell him or not, and I did in the end, and he didn't believe me anyway. He thought I was much younger in birth certificate age, which is great. But if he started treating me differently, then I don't like that. It's like I'm just not that person. Stop speaking to me like that. You know, I find it insulting because it's like it's not who I am. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, like it would be like trying to, you know, like call someone something they're not. It's just not nice. So. Sam, indeed, your birth certificate age is not something that is important to me, as that isn't who you are. I don't even know it. Laugh out loud, oh bless you. I know my female friend that I've been friends with for years, since 2012, she doesn't even know my birth certificate age either. I've not told anyone, apart from sometimes I had to say it in an article. There is an article online about me that does say my birth certificate age, which was a few years ago. So someone could find that, and I do mention a bit about my age in my books. But I don't know if a person would notice the fibro book. I don't mention it exactly, but I do mention it roughly. But it's very hidden. The way I phrased it is a bit hidden. Yeah, my asexual prospectus, it says what decade I was in when I actually published the book, but yeah, it doesn't say specifically. So because I just like it's ridiculous. It just like, it's not who I am, and I hate it when I tell people. It just really changes their attitude towards me, and it's like, I understand in general why they change their attitude, but it's just like, it's really, I can't describe it. It's just not who I am. It's that you see a different version of me to what I am. You know, when you look at a piece of paper, it's just ridiculous. I do like, if I could change my birth certificate age legally, I would, but I can't do that, unfortunately. You can change your name legally, you can change your gender legally. You can't change your birth certificate age legally, apart from in one scenario that you'd never want to be in your life. So yeah, that's it really. But yeah, so those are the things that asexually turn me on: creativity, intelligence, when the guys buy me gifts and stuff. I think a lot of it's to do with care, attention, detail, but it makes me really excitable and want to kiss and cuddle the guy more. Sam, it isn't stuff that sticks in my head, laugh out loud, because I kind of just remember important stuff. Your mindset age is who you are. Oh, thank you. That's really nice. Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate you. Um, yeah, you're really good. You never treat me like my birth certificate. Neither does Andy. Andy's always going on about, oh, you're so young looking, and you are so young just in everything you do. So I remember Andy, I think, saw my birth certificate age somewhere, and he's like, I can't believe that's your birth certificate age, because he said you're so young. Whenever I see you, you look really young, and you talk, you are really young. So that's really nice of him as well. So yeah, because I just know I'm not that. I just know I'm not that birth certificate age. I mean, I know who I am in terms of legalities, but I know it's not who I actually am as a person. It just really annoys me, but there's nothing I can do. And I know people are supposed to love their age they are, but it's like, yeah, I love my 21st mindset age I am. I love the fact I live like a teenager, like a 15-year-old. That's who I truly love to be and am. And it's just like, because I just like the birth certificate age is just, I laugh at it sometimes. I'm like, I don't believe that's who I am. I know, because I've been on this planet Earth that long. But a lot of the stuff is just like, I forgot like years of past, but that's like my past life, a different person. It's not who I am anymore. It's not even who I am in my personality. Since 2012, I changed loads. So it's my mindset's changed, my lifestyle's changed, my personality's changed quite a lot. Well, a heck of a lot, really, in loads of ways, because I used to be depressed for years. And so it's really, really, it's really changed over that time. And like now I know I'm younger, now I know I'm happier, now I know I'm better than back then, and I feel much happier in spite of things that go on around the world. I just feel a much better place in my mind. I feel like I'm much more younger. I just feel more vibrant and energetic overall. So yeah, I just love my life, really. Do you know what I mean? And I just really annoys me when I do say anything. That's why a lot of the time I don't say anything about my birth certificate age, because I think, like, as well, in terms of romance, if a guy Skypes with me, a younger guy Skypes with me, or some sort of video chats with me, he understands how young I am then. But obviously, if he watches these shows as well, he probably understands as well a lot more. But if a guy's just messaging me, sometimes he understands I'm really young, and other times he doesn't, because if I'm talking about experience, like, because if I'm giving him advice about something, because I get loads of guys approaching me for advice all the time and something, and then quite a few of them end up being romantically attracted to me at the same time as asking my advice, and they kind of know I'm a bit older, because of the experience I have and the advice I give them, which a 21-year-old might not know. But other than that, they didn't really notice that much before. But I'm, different birth certificate age to what they think I am, if you know what I mean. I mean, if a guy's interested in dating me, I do tell him if he wants to know. I tell him, because I think he has a right to know that. I don't like saying it, but I just do, but that's only if he's really, really, really interested in me in a relationship with me, because otherwise there's no point. I get loads of guys saying, oh, so how old are you? It's like, well, it's irrelevant unless you're actually interested in being in a relationship with me. And if you're in another country, we can't have a relationship anyway. It's pointless telling you. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to, you know what I mean? So I've got no interest in saying that, because it's just a waste of my time and his. If I can't actually be in a relationship with a guy, there's no point. So I will tell someone who, like I said, who's really serious about having a relationship with me, or thinking about that, but I prefer usually to Skype them first if it's possible, video chat, because usually then they can tell I'm young, and then they feel at ease with me because they know I'm kind of like them or younger. So it's better for me, really. But yeah, a lot of the younger guys, unfortunately, a lot of the younger guys aren't strong enough for me. So again, what asexually turns me on is a guy that's really strong, despite them being young. It's like they're really strong in the world. It's like they know exactly what they want. They're very capable of having an adult relationship despite being young. They're very career focused. They can get their own money. They can look after themselves. A guy who's independent, but yet is very caring and loving in a relationship. A guy who sends me stickers, I get very asexually turned on by romantic stickers. So if I'm attracted to a guy aesthetically and romantically and he's stickering me, sending me lots of love hearts and little cute animals with love sticker, with hearts and stickers and stuff like that, I get really asexually turned on by that. Like, the more romantic he is with me, the more asexually I get turned on, because I'm hyper romantic. So it really makes me excitable and want to kiss him and like cuddle him and like spend time with him and talk to him, because he's like stickering me. It's actually quite bad though, because it's like, because I'm a hyper romantic, it kind of feeds my hyper romanticness, and it just makes me want to kiss him more and see him more. It's like overdrive, romantic overdrive. You know what I mean? So if he sends me loads of stickers, and if he just sends me like if I'm interested, if it's quite serious, I'm like a romantic relationship. If a guy messages me in the morning to say good morning, beautiful, or something like that, thinking of you, have a beautiful day, that really asexually turns me on. Guy messaged me later saying, how's your day going? That really asexually turns me on. Guy messaged me later going, good night, sweetheart, thinking of you as I go to sleep, that really asexually turns me on. Not as in a bad way, as a guy says, like, I'm lying on the bed now thinking of you, and it's sexual. I don't like that. But if it's a guy who's not thinking about sex, or preferably asexual, who's just going, I'm going to bed, sweetheart, as in I'm going to sleep, not as in I'm thinking about sex, but as in I'm going to sleep, but I'm thinking about you, sweetheart, night, good, night, have sweet dreams, that really asexually turns on, because I think it's very cute, cuddly, nice. And I prefer a guy who really engages in conversation, not someone who literally goes, how's your day? Okay, fine, bye. Do you know what I mean? It's like they've got no conversation. A guy who's got no conversation and just says 2-word sentences is not my guy. A guy who likes reading long emails and messages from me and writes long emails and messages back, that asexually turns me on, because they spent more time, energy, and effort, like putting it into it. Or even if they don't send me, like if I've gone past the email stage, I've gone on to Facebook Messenger or Skype and them, whatever, they keep in contact. You know what I mean? Because like for me, I can't be emailing backwards and forwards all the time because I got too much work to do. But you know what I mean? If I'm on a dating site and we start talking on there, it's a guy that actually keeps up the conversation. It's emailing backwards and forwards, even if it isn't really extensively long, but they're asking me questions about myself. That really asexually turns me on, when they're taking a deep interest in what I'm doing in my life, in what projects I'm working on, in things that I find interesting or excitable, and things I like. I think one of the things is when you said something as well that you like, and you forgot you told them, and they buy you the gift of the thing you really like, and you're like, oh, thank you, you took notice of me. I think that's really asexually turned on, really makes me want to kiss a guy and cuddle him more, when he's really, really thought about, things I like and I say, so he's listening to me. Really asexually turns me on when the guy's really listening to me and understands me. I think it's really, really beautiful. Do you know what I mean? It like makes me want to kiss and cuddle him, or if I'm aesthetic and romantic attracted to him. So, but I really need a strong guy, I need a guy who's young but knows exactly his own mind. There's quite a few young guys I'm connecting with lately on Facebook that are entrepreneur guys. Like some of them, like one guy recently, I think he's really young. He's still a teenager. I think he's 19, but he's like, he lives in the UK actually, but he's like really doing a lot of business stuff. I mean, making money, and he's really like, he liked my picture the other day. It's quite interesting. So I need a guy who's like probably entrepreneur minded, but most of them aren't asexual. Or if they are asexual, they're very quiet about it because they don't want to be out about it, which is my problem. You know what I mean? It makes things complicated. But I think a guy who's strong, will be fine. But I just need to find another guy really who's business minded, who doesn't care that people know he's asexual, or that if he's not asexual can really live without sex. There might be the odd guy that can do that if he's not bothered, if it does, especially if he understands me and he doesn't really, maybe he gets more intelligently attracted, but then not sexually, emotionally attracted by intelligence or stuff like that. That's probably the type of guy I need, I think. But yeah, so I think it's very, very important to find a good compatible match. And for me, because I do experience excitability, arousal, whatever you call it, it's kind of really important for me to like have that in a relationship. But sometimes it can be a bit much. Like if you're always excitable all the time, your body cannot have a rest. So sometimes it's good to just have a guy that you can chill out and watch movies with and like not be so excitable. Sometimes I worry. I'm like, oh, Sandra, if you get all this excitableness, like you'll just be permanently on an excitable high, which can be good sometimes, but then your body can get a bit like, oh my god, I'm in a permanent state of excitable arousalness, and it's just a bit much. I need to rest. So anyway, I hope you found this useful, helpful, insightful, and informative. That asexuals can get obviously aroused, and asexuals can get asexually turned on, as in, you know, like maybe it's different for some asexuals. Maybe some asexuals get turned on, but instead of wanting to snog a guy's face off, they want to actually really squeeze, you know, and as in the sense of cuddle a person they're really attracted to lots, like squeeze them so tight. Like, oh, I love you saying that to me. You know, I was saying earlier as well about facial expressions. Like, if a guy really likes one of the facial expressions I do or a habit I have, but in it they really love that about me, that really asexually turns me on. You know, when they say, "Oh, I love the way you do that with your eyes," or "I love that way you do that, like your cheeks," or "I love your, you know, the way you smile," that type of thing. Because obviously that's pointing out stuff that's they like about me aesthetically, and also it makes me feel good. So I think all that type of stuff is really, really nice. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. But yeah, because some asexuals, they don't get as attracted as I am, but they might have a crush on someone, and there might be things that asexually turn them on with their crush. For example, the way they have their hair, or the way they say something, or you know, maybe it's in a music video and they just like put their hand on their heart and start singing like this in a certain way, and it really makes them attracted to the way they do the thing with their face or the movements to the music, or even the songs of the words. Do you know what I mean? The songs of the words of the songs, even that type of thing. So I think it's really, really important to note that you can be asexually turned on. Basically, that's attraction without the sexual attraction. And turned on would usually be like excitable feelings or arousal feelings, but it could be an emotional turn on. Could be like you're really, really emotionally attracted more to a person, or intellectually attracted to more to a person, because of certain things they do. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you found this useful, helpful, insightful. If you have, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. If there's anything that you experience in terms of asexually turned on, being asexually attracted, in a turned on way, arousal way, please pop it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what crazy, weird, and wonderful things that asexually turn you on. It'd be really interesting. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button, hit that bell icon so get notified of every time I go live. Like now, post a new video. I want to thank so much My Life Earlier and also Eddie, and thank you so much, Sam, for being here. I really, really, really appreciate you. Lots of love to you too, always. And my best friend. Yeah, take care and see you on the next video live stream. Take care, everyone. Bye. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Bye.